Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And today is the 26th entry in my Thrift Store Haul series. So today I have a stack of a dozen different DVDs to go through, and cannot wait to share with you guys some cool things I've been finding recently. I do have a couple more stacks over there, another stack of a dozen DVDs, but then I do have a kind of miscellaneous pile to go through eventually as well. So yeah, looking forward to sharing these with you guys and plenty more in the future to come. So before we get into it, if you guys have a quick second, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to my Thrift Store Haul number 26. I'll start by saying that these dozen just kind of run the whole gamut of different genres here, just completely random. So first up is a movie that I've heard pretty decent things about. This is Monster Trucks. So this is a family film, as you can see on the back there, but it's one that came out in, I believe it was released in January, which was a dead month typically for movies, especially when it comes to family films. And it just didn't really make much of a splash, and I never really heard a ton about it. But I was looking on Letterboxd when I came across this one, and some of the people I follow on there say that it's actually better than you might expect it to be. So I figured, yeah, let's pick it up. Even if I don't like it, I'm sure my daughter will when she gets around to it. So I'm excited to see what this one is all about. This is Monster Trucks. Next up is another family movie, but it's one from my era. This is The Muppets Take Manhattan. So I really thought I owned this on Blu-ray along with one of the other Muppets movies, but I can't remember which one. But I must have sold those years ago because I don't own them anymore. I only have the remake of The Muppets on Blu-ray, which I do love. I think it's hilarious. But since I didn't have this one in my collection anymore, I figured I would grab it for the low price I paid at the thrift store. This, of course, is a fantastic film. If you're my age, you've probably seen this and you probably enjoy it. So I was very happy to add this back to the collection. I honestly don't even know why in the world I would have sold it before, but I must have, because I swear I owned this thing on Blu-ray. I either lost it or I sold it, so who knows. But anyway, this is The Muppets Take Manhattan. From family movies over to just random, B-level horror, this is Hard Ride to Hell. And this one, I guess, is about a cannibalistic biker gang that's going around and just causing mayhem. I have no idea. It's probably not going to be very good, but it has mediocre reviews on Letterboxd, so I figured I would hold on to it and see if it's any good or not. Why not? This is Hard Ride to Hell. This next one I'm really surprised I've never seen because it's a Robin Williams film that was pretty big, actually a Chris Columbus directed movie. This is Bicentennial Man, and this is a family movie. This is the family movie equivalent of Megan, at least that's what I'm equating it to without having seen it. Basically, our main character, Robin Williams, plays an AI or a robot, and he comes into this household and turns out he's a lot smarter and funnier and just really wants to be part of the family. And instead of going the Megan route where it's evil, they're going to go the family movie route. So hopefully this one will be pretty fun. Like I said, this one is a Chris Columbus film. He's amazing, so I'm sure this one will be enjoyable. Bicentennial Man. This was a pretty cool find because as far as I know, this one is not available on Blu-ray. This is My Boyfriend's Back. Now, this is a movie I have seen, but it has been decades since I've seen it. I remember watching this on TV when I was staying at my aunt's house one night, overnight, because my parents were, I don't know, on vacation, or we just wanted to stay at my aunt's house. I don't remember, but I remember distinctly watching this movie. Now, can't really tell you too much about it now because that was probably 25 years ago, a very long time ago. But because of that, I had to pick it up once I saw it. And again, I don't believe this is available on Blu-ray. So really cool find. This is My Boyfriend's Back. Kind of along those same lines, and also directed by Chris Columbus, we have Adventures in Babysitting. Now this one, I'm fairly certain is available on Blu-ray, but hey, I found the DVD, so I picked up the DVD. I really don't remember if I've seen this one or not. It looks vaguely familiar, but I can't recall if I've seen it. So I'm saying that I haven't, and then hopefully when I watch it, I'll realize, oh yeah, I do remember it as I go. But always heard great things about it either way. So was happy to find this one on DVD to add it to the collection. This is Adventures in Babysitting. Next up is a completely random biopic of a NASCAR driver, which I'm not the biggest NASCAR fan, but of course I know Dale Earnhardt. This is 3. So this is a movie that, frankly, I've heard nothing about over the years. I don't even remember, like, when it came out. I don't remember hearing anything about it, but it is what it is. What's cool, though, is this actually is a 2-disc collector's edition, and I don't know if you're able to read that or not, but there are quite a handful of special features on here, including a documentary, rather, on Dale Earnhardt's life. And so I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, I, used to like watching Dale Earnhardt, but I'm not the biggest NASCAR guy in the world. I watch it every once in a while, but I know Dale Earnhardt because he's, a legend in the sport. So I thought this would be interesting to see if it's, a decent movie about his life. I don't know how realistic it's going to be, but at least there's a documentary included as a bonus feature. So that's always a cool thing. This is 3. Speaking of movies that I haven't seen in quite a while, West Side Story. So this is one that I used to watch over and over again when I was in high school because my high school choir teacher used to put it on all the time. So I've seen this movie more times than I can count at this point, and it's excellent. Not one that I'll seek out often, I guess, but I do enjoy it for what it is. And, I have the remake on Blu-ray, so I figured, yeah, grab the DVD, grab the original. Excellently acted, really great music. I mean, it's a classic, so I needed it in the collection. West Side Story. Now, here's a movie that I've started probably 3 or 4 times over the years. I've seen the opening scene, but then I never went back to it. I have no idea why, because I've always wanted to watch it. It just never happened. So now I have it on DVD. I can watch Lakeview Terrace with Samuel L. Jackson, Patrick Wilson, and Kerry Washington in this one. What's really cool, though, is that I didn't even realize it until just now, but this is actually directed by Neil LaBute, who I am a big fan of as a playwright. And so I'm really intrigued to see what this one is actually all about or not. I believe it is this couple, they get together, and the father is a police officer. He does not like that his daughter is in an interracial relationship with this white guy. So, I don't know. Sounds interesting enough. I have to see what it's about. Lakeview Terrace. Out of all the movies today, this one is probably going to be the worst. I understand that, but I couldn't pass it up. This is The Riverman, which is a take on the Green River Killer story, the serial killer. And so, I don't know. I like movies like this. They're very rarely are they good, but I enjoy watching them. And so I figured, let's check it out. The other cool thing, Carrie Elwes is in it. How completely random is that? So yeah, I'm going to give this one a shot, see if it's any good. I have extremely low expectations, but hey, maybe it'll surprise me. This is The Riverman. So here's another one that should I have picked this up? I really don't know, but it has an actor in it that I love, and so that was enough for me to pay the cheap cost that I paid for it. See Spot Run, and it stars David Arquette. I've never even heard of this movie before. So with David Arquette in it, I have to see it. I love Arquette. And so I'm just very intrigued to see what this one is all about. It looks like it's a family movie of some sort, at least a comedy, if nothing else, directed by John Whitesell. So I don't know. If you guys know about this one, let me know. Hopefully it's decent. It's got David Arquette. So that's good enough for me, apparently. See Spot Run. This last one today is just so random, I can't even tell you, because I'm not even the biggest fan of this musician, yet here it is. This is Elvis, the 68 Comeback Special. So, like I said, I'm not the biggest Elvis fan in the world. I like the music I've heard from him, but I don't seek it out. I don't listen to it on repeat. I just, everyone knows the hits, and that's pretty much what I know. And, I appreciate it for what it is. But I thought for 50 cents, this would probably be pretty fun to check out. Just see if it, maybe it'll get me into Elvis a little bit more. I can appreciate him even more after watching this. It's not terribly long. It's 75 minutes. It was made for TV. And on the back, it says that it's what does it say here? One of the great television moments in rock music history. That's pretty cool. So I figured, yeah, let's grab it. I'll also mention that at the thrift store, they had a bunch of Elvis VHS tapes that the person was getting rid of. All of them were available on DVD and or Blu-ray, so I didn't end up, diving down that hole at all. But it was cool to see nonetheless. So the last one today, 100% random, Elvis, the 68 Comeback Special. And that is going to wrap up the 26th episode of my Thrift Store Haul series. All right, so I'm running the gamut here of genres and interests, but I figured, hey, this would be a fun stack to go through. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But let me know down in the comments below, have you found anything cool from your local thrift stores lately? And have you seen anything in this pile that you would recommend I move to the top of the list? Give me any and all recommendations down there. I always appreciate any comments, so thank you so much for that support. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this one, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media. Books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. And I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.